What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. On 2nd and 7. Allen got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
Taken down at the 42. Second down at 6 now from the 42. On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Play action. Now it's Allen.
Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now Allen again.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate that feels pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Throwing now is Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Trying the left side with Kamara.
Down inside the 40. 6 yards left on 2nd down.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's now 3-0 Texans.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right? That fourth seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
From the 29, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Allen's throw there complete to Hamler.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. To throw again on second down. Allen,
a quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, he's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
York able to send this one through.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, but we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Kamara.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They're going to look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A 10th carry for Kamara. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
They'll try the draw here with Dobbins.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
The last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this one's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Airing it out deep for Smith. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, BG, thanks very much. The playoffs are underway. What a weekend this is going to be. Super wildcard weekend. This, the first of 6 games set to be played. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's remind everybody what's coming up tomorrow in the AFC. We've got the 3-6 game, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals doing battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play.
For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory, right at the 40. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
2nd and 4. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Touchdown, Texans.
Alvin Kamara.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Being chased out left. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To the air, Allen. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down.
That's good for Buffalo Bills.
Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Allen. And Diggs has it. Nifty move. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Allen. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down, Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Allen to throw once more. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's good for Bills. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 35. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Houston.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 66 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Drops it. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return will stop right around the 25.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game that we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Allen.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Texans are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. First play, and Wilson wants to throw it.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 21.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
Now the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Wilson. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now Wilson. Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
The Texans take over first down.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year of the NFL now.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the 2nd round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
The Raiders offense ready to go.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. They juked him. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Now an injury timeout, and that is Devontae Adams, who is in some discomfort following that play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Second and 4.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now back to throw. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll set up a throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Kamara. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Henderson will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0.
Raiders, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. There's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And you worked so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game 1? Right. Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. But it's a one-shot deal like the NFL. That's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
3rd and
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He'll get it inside the 20 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Russell Wilson. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gang is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Kamara up the middle. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. I'll pick up with 2 yards. First down, Texans.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. A 10th carry for Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now it's Wilson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. On third down, here's Kamara.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Looking to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he'll be out right at the 30.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Baltimore Ravens who will continue on as they were able to eliminate the Jacksonville Jaguars. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. They start the second half with Kamara. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They'll break the 100, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a throw here, hauled in. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And then we've got a 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2nd and 6. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Tech take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. An extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They go play action with Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson
Wide open receiver complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Houston set to take over. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Sliding, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st down, Houston.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to number 85. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
42-yard line.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They're going to look to throw. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So out come the Raiders. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes that kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language.
Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Down at the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the 1st, right around the 15-yard line. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just about on his own goal line. Returnable here for Davis. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. back to throw. This one caught by Ridley.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So now then, the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
Wilson. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Texans take...
The Texans are moving on as we say so long.
Goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
2nd and 5. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Marquez Callaway. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
They go play action with Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Up the middle they go. Teague.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
On second down now. Teague. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On third down, Jackson.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
The quick feet by Jackson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Holding. Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Jackson on the keeper. Brought down at the 30-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Kamara try the right side. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Henderson running straight ahead. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll set up a throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now a handoff up the middle. T. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 54 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. He'll look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Alvin Kamara.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
What a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And Jackson going to run again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Teague, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And some space here.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
They're going to look to throw.
Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Terry McLaurin, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Takes it at the 7.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Now Jackson on first down.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 1. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Coming left is Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second and 9 now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, you got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Now back to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. And boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
Complete to number 85. A 6-yard pickup.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. A gain of 12. 1st down, Texans.
A give. This is Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the 39-yard
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
99 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Kamara is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The try here for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st down, Teague.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Henderson.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll run it with Kamara, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Alvin Kamara.
Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Texans are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, but this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And Jackson throwing once more.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
On 2nd and inches, Jackson.
He'll go right back to Andrews.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll try the left side. Teague, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Teague, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try the left side. Teague, and he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll run on 1st down. Teague, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Jackson going to run.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 22. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game. And then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team. And that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This AFC title bout has no doubt not gone according to plan, and these fans, they seem stunned as we move towards the final stages of this ball game.
From the 31, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Again, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, Jackson.
Right side, there's Likely with it.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From midfield now, here's Jackson. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Here's Jackson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10.
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. 130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.